The sleek vessel emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system, its crystalline hull gleaming against the backdrop of distant stars. Captain Vell adjusted his neural interface as the ship's sensors began their systematic sweep of the third planet from the sun. Initial readings confirm it's the same world we cataloged 500,000 cycles ago, reported Navigator Kren from her station. The same blue marble with abundant water and primitive carbon-based life forms. Vell nodded, remembering the ancient records. Their ancestors had visited this unremarkable planet during the early expansion period, documenting a species of bipedal mammals that had barely discovered fire. The creatures showed marginal intelligence but were deemed unlikely to advance beyond basic tool use within any reasonable time frame. The planet had been marked as a potential resource extraction site for future generations. Commence standard planetary analysis, Vell ordered. We'll harvest the mineral deposits and establish a refueling station as planned. The science officer, Tom, frowned at his readings. Captain, I'm detecting unusual electromagnetic signatures across the planet's surface. These patterns don't match our historical data. Equipment malfunction, Vell suggested. Negative, sir. The signatures are artificial in nature and highly organized. There are also structures visible on the surface that appear to be... Tom paused, recalibrating his instruments. That can't be right. Report, science officer. Sir, I'm reading massive artificial constructs spanning entire continents, metal frameworks reaching into the upper atmosphere, and there are small objects moving in orbital patterns around the planet. Vell felt a chill run through his neural pathways. Are you suggesting the primitive mammals have achieved spaceflight? Before Tom could respond, the ship's communication array activated. A transmission was being directed at them from the planet's surface. The universal translator struggled momentarily before resolving the signal into comprehensible language. Wynon, Vessel, this is Earth Traffic Control. Please identify yourself and state your intentions in Sol space. You are currently in violation of protected orbital zones. The bridge fell silent. Vell's mandibles clicked nervously as he processed the impossible situation. Respond with standard peaceful contact protocols, he ordered. Acknowledged. Earth. Control. This is the exploration vessel Dawn's Edge of the Galactic Collective. We are conducting a survey mission of this system. The response came swiftly. Dawn's Edge. You are cleared to approach Earth orbit following designated flight path Delta 7. Be advised that escort vessels are being dispatched to guide you to the diplomatic station. Through the view screen, Vell watched in stunned silence as sleek metallic craft approached from multiple vectors. The vessels moved with impossible grace and speed, their designs unlike anything in collective databases. More disturbing was their obvious technological sophistication, displaying energy signatures that rivaled or exceeded collective standards. As they approached the planet, the full scope of human achievement became apparent. Massive orbital installations ringed the world like jeweled necklaces. Space elevators stretched from surface to orbit, carrying streams of cargo and passengers. Countless vessels moved between stations with the efficiency of a well-orchestrated dance. The surface itself had been transformed beyond recognition. Gleaming cities stretched across continents, connected by transport networks that pulsed with energy. Atmospheric processors maintained perfect environmental balance, while fusion plants provided unlimited clean power. What had once been a primitive world of scattered tribes now hummed with the activity of billions of advanced beings. How is this possible? Whispered Navigator Kren. Our evolutionary models predicted they wouldn't achieve interplanetary travel for at least another 1,000,000 cycles. Tom continued his analysis of the approaching escort ships. Captain, their technology appears to incorporate principles we've only theorized about. They're using quantum manipulation for propulsion, and their energy systems are generating power at levels we thought impossible for vessels of that size. The diplomatic station they approached dwarfed anything in collective space. The structure was clearly designed to accommodate hundreds of different species, with varying atmospheric and gravitational requirements. As Dawn's Edge docked, Vell realized they weren't the first aliens to make contact with these transformed humans. The human diplomat who greeted them was tall and confident, wearing a simple uniform that somehow managed to convey both authority and approachability. He spoke through a translation device that provided perfect clarity in Vel's native language. "Welcome to Earth, Captain Vel. I'm Ambassador Reed of the United Earth Federation. We've been expecting you." "Expecting us?" Vel managed to ask. Reed smiled. "Your people visited us before, about 500,000 years ago. We kept records. We've been monitoring your hyperspace lanes and knew eventually you'd return. We hoped you'd come as friends rather than conquerors." The casual mention of hyperspace monitoring sent another shock through Vel's system. Humans had not only achieved faster-than-light travel, they had mastered technologies the collective still struggled with. "We came to establish a resource extraction facility," Vel admitted. "Our records indicated this was an uninhabited world suitable for mining operations." Reed's expression remained diplomatic but firm. "Earth is now home to 12 billion humans and 3 billion beings from 47 other species who have chosen to live here. We've become something of a hub for interstellar cooperation and trade. However, we're always interested in establishing relationships with new civilizations, provided they come in peace." As Vel toured the station, he witnessed representatives from dozens of species working together on projects that stretched his understanding. Humans weren't just participants in galactic civilization. They had become leaders, innovators, and diplomats who had created something unprecedented. The primitive mammals his ancestors had dismissed had not only survived, but had transformed themselves into something magnificent. They had taken their world from the Stone Age to post-scarcity abundance in an evolutionary blink of an eye. More importantly, they had done so while maintaining their essential humanity, their capacity for growth, cooperation, and wonder. When Dawn's Edge finally departed Earth space, it carried new trade agreements, technological exchanges, and most importantly, a profound lesson about the dangers of underestimating any species' potential for greatness.